Okay, so in this video, we'll continue our journey to portfolio risk and return. So last time I have shown you with two portfolio how to compute the portfolio risk and the portfolio return, right? So in today's video, I will show you how to do with the four portfolio, and pretty much in this way, either you can use 4 or 5 or 10 portfolio, you can use that. But beyond that, I will also tell you how to use the solver function to come up with the correct set of weights on your portfolio, so you can maximize the return, or if you want, you can minimize the risk. Okay, so without further delay, let's get started. So I already have return and stock data again from 2015 to now. I have already calculated its return. If you don't know how to compute this, you can watch my two stocks portfolio risk and return video. It should be pretty straightforward. Okay, so these are the standard deviation and the return, same theory. Okay, so now let's do the portfolio. We need the portfolio weights. Okay, so I'll do that. We need the portfolio return, right? So portfolio return and portfolio risk. Okay, so first we need the weights, right? So let's do the bring it down. So first I assume will equal weighted. That's pretty normal, right? So if this is a 4 portfolio, then we can have this equal weight, right? Okay, right? So 1 is 100%. Okay, to compute the, we'll increase the font. To compute the portfolio return, we can also use the matrix multiplication function, right? I'll use the transpose. So first I'll give the weights, and then I'll close this, and then I just simply pass the return. So these are my average returns. Okay, so control shift enter, and this will give me the portfolio return. Okay, now to compute the portfolio risk, again I have to do the standard deviation, then t one time, second time again I'll give the transpose, right? Then I'll just give the weights, close. This time I need to give this variance and covariance matrix, close the bracket, and then give the weights one more time, and then close it again. I think I need to close one more time for square root. Yeah. Okay, so this is for the portfolio risk. Control shift enter, and I got my risk. So let me have this here. So the portfolio risk, return and risk. So I just copy his here. Why I'm copying? Because I just want to compare the result, right? So this is the portfolio return and risk based on the equal weight, right? So this is the equal weight. So I can easily see if my weights are this equally as this by all these stocks, then I have 0.07 of the daily return and 1.21% of the risk. Okay, so if I want to visualize it as more from the annual perspective, so maybe I'll just do equals times, oops, 250 because there are 250 days in a year, right? So which give me 17% of a return. And similarly, if I want to do a risk, I'll simply multiply by the square root of 250 business days in a year, right? Assume trading days. So you can see this is not bad, right? So I only have 19% risk and 17% annual return on the portfolio. Okay, so let's say I want to give the max weights, max return, right? Okay, so max return. So these are the weights, right? So maybe I'll just put it here, some weights. These are equal. I don't have to mention here equal. Okay, these are the, maybe I'll do something here. These are the portfolio weights, right? Okay, so to maximize the return, right, maybe I'll just, rather than put here, okay, that's okay, I'll use this. So what will be my return, right, for max return? What should be my weight? Okay, in order to now do that, if I want to maximize the portfolio return and right, or minimize the risk, what should be I'll be using? Okay, so to do that, what I need to do, I'll bring the solver, right? So go to the data tab and my solver is on. If you don't have the solver on, just go to the file, options, add on, and just click on the solver. It should be here because it should be inactive. When you click the go button and just check mark this and click OK. Okay, and this will bring this button here. Okay, so first let's say if I want to maximize my return, so I want to maximize my daily return. So if I do that, okay, so let me clear this out. Oops, solver. Okay, so what I need to do, so if I bring this here, solver, right, I want to maximize the return. So U19, actually it was, so I'll bring here and select this one, and it's R20. I want to maximize this, right, this portfolio, this is this cell. But I also, by changing what I want to change, okay, I want to change these weights, or maybe, okay, changing these weights. I want to add some constraint that this should be, the sum of the weight should be equals to 1, and add and cancel. Okay, so that's it, and then I'll click solve, and you see, if I want to maximize the portfolio, my weight should be, I'll just paste it here, right? So I have to give 100% to Apple. So not even Google, I was thinking Google. So I just simply copy this guy here, and this numbers which I got it, and paste it here, right? Just for the comparison. Okay, so this should be again in percentage, right? So okay, so I leave it up to here as it is, as okay, maybe I'll just change it. Wow, it's 250, right? So I like to always see from the annual basis, so it will easier to see. So it's increased my return 25%, honestly, just by one stock, right? But you see the risk is close to 30%, it's way higher, pretty much 10% higher, right? Which is as compared to the equal weighted. So let's see if I want to reduce the risk, right? Rather than increasing the profit. So right. So I say I want the low risk, right? What will I get? Okay. So again, I'll select the portfolio risk, go to the data, click on the solver, and what's my objective? I click on the risk, R21, and then I leave this constraint here and click. Instead of a maximum, I want to minimize this because this is a risk. I want a minimum risk as possible and solve this. And click OK. Wow, now it's talking a little bit. Okay, I copy this value and paste it here, right? So this is the minimum risk weights. What are these weights, right? So let's see. Wow. So it maximizes on non-technology stocks and giving us that put very less weights to Apple. Maybe because one of the reason is it has a very high 1.8 risk, right? And we don't want that risk in our portfolio. Again, if I copy this, oops, right, and right, let's see how much it will be on the annual basis, and that's not bad. So it's a 14% return and only 18% risk, right? So you can see how much risk is reduced is 18%. Another things, so that's how we can use the solver, right, to come up with the portfolio to have the maximum return portfolio, or this one is the equal one, right? So let me change this to equal weight portfolio, right? So this is the portfolio weights, right? We can do that. One thing we also do that, we said, okay, I want limited exposure, right? So rather than have 100%, let's change it to a little bit. Let's say limited weights, right? So I still want to maximize my return, but I don't want to increase, let's say put the 100% weight in Apple. Then what should I do? Okay, no problem. We'll add some more constraint there, right? So I'll select the solver this time. Rather than risk, I'll select come back to the return and switch it to the maximum. I leave my range there, but I add one more constraint here, right? So I'll add it, select this range, and say I only want the less than, let's say 0.40, right, equal to 0.40. Okay, so I don't want any higher weight than 0.4, right? And then I solve it. Okay, so let's see how. Okay, so I got these weights. Okay, let's see what's my portfolio return is coming. Okay, doesn't look too bad. So if I select this one, so my return is 20%, right? Let's see how much risk I can able to I needed. Risk is 22%. It's not bad. I like this one. So limited weights, right, portfolio. So this way you can see how much. This is only 4 stocks, but if it's a 10 stocks portfolio or 5 7 stock portfolio at least, then you can also put some constraint there, right, and to see how it looks like. Okay, so based on the person, right, this has 22%, and even equal weight is not bad, right? It's 17% return on the just 19% risk, right? And here we are increasing over 3% little bit of return, but we are only and 1920, yeah, almost 3% risk is increase as well. So depend how much risk you want to take. Some people may prefer this one, like 14% return or risk. Okay, so this way you can, yeah, based on your stock combinations and other thing, you can try to minimize this. So today we have learned how to use the solver to optimize our portfolio towards so we can have a good and healthy returns, or as per our IPS, right, the how much uh, our expectation of the portfolio, how much risk we want to take to get the return, to make some rational decisions. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please like the video, and if you want me to cover anything else, definitely put in the comments. Bye for now.